Hey everybody, it's April. Time for your Monday plank break. And today I want you to think about your Monday mindset and how you are setting your mind for the week for your planking or whatever it is you're doing. So we're going to get started. I'm going to start on forearms and then switch around a little bit. So start off, bring your hands around your biceps so you know you have the right distance between your elbows. Bring your arms out in front of you. You can interlace your fingers if you like. I find that a little bit easier. Pull your shoulder blades together, reach them down your back, and then lift your upper back. Separate your shoulders. Lift your chest toward the ceiling. Pull in your belly, come up on your toes, and then shift your weight forward slightly. I've started the timer. And then go through back all of that again. Press your forearms into the floor, separate your shoulders again. Really think about lifting your chest, pull in your belly again. And then I even tilt my tailbone just ever so slightly. Feel like I'm reaching it toward my heels. Tighten up your glutes and then think about how you're holding, and you have set your mind for holding your plank. 30 seconds already. See, just going through the motions of setting up and then going through it again and just making yourself aware of what your plank is like. That already kicked off 30 seconds. So I know you've got it going on today. And even if maybe you took off the weekend and you didn't feel like planking, which I don't usually plank on the weekend, which sometimes can make it harder to get back into it. You say, oh, I didn't do it for 2 days. Do I really want to do it again? Look, we're already at a minute. Switching to my hands. Remember, every time you switch, go back over everything. So I'm separating my shoulders again, pulling in my belly again, tightening up my glutes, pressing my heels back, and actually extending my collarbones forward just a little bit. So I hope keep that nice length rather than just making it a totally rounded plank. So look at us, we're clipping along. We are at 1:30. So see how switching and then going back over all the things you need to do to make it a good plank help chip away at the time and make it seem like you're not holding quite as long, or it just makes the time go faster, I think. So I like to set my mind each week on what I'm doing differently or what I'm gonna do to make this week maybe a little bit better than last week or more productive than last week. Maybe yours has to do with your planks. Oh, 2 minutes, woo, we're already, look at us go. Coming back to my forearms and I'm lifting the leg. But then I'm checking back in again, pressing into the floor, separating my shoulders, pulling in my belly, tightening up my glutes, making sure my spine is nice and long. And see, I think going back to forearms, which usually, I'm not a big fan of forearm planks, but I like to hold up one leg for 30 seconds because then, here we go, I get to switch at 2:30. So it's something to look forward to. It helps break up the plank a little bit. But I've got my mind set that I'm gonna hold for 5 minutes. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I have to give myself a little bit of a pep talk to do planks every day. Sometimes I start thinking, really, does anybody care? Does anybody really notice? But you know what, I care. I notice if I don't do plank. I notice what a difference it's made since I started doing planks in the first place. 3 minutes. So I'm switching to side plank. Remember, you can stack your feet. You can bring your top foot in front of you. Keep your hips lifted. Ugh, I inhaled hair when I did that. Keep your hips lifted. Keep pressing out of that bottom hand. Stay lifted out of your bottom shoulder. Press your bottom foot, the sole of your bottom foot toward the floor. You don't want to just collapse into your ankle bone. And 3:30, I'm switching. Here we go. Look at us go. 3:30 already. Stay lifted out of your shoulder. Lift your hips. So remember, in side plank, you're really working on those obliques in particular. So, even in regular plank, when you're in your forearm plank or on your hands, you're still working all the parts of your abs, but this really targets them. And who doesn't want a trimmer waistline, Okay, 4 minutes, coming back to my hands, and whoo, look, we got it going on. So maybe you set your mind that you were gonna hold for a minute today, and you've never held that long. Good for you. Or 2 minutes, or wherever you are. let me know how you're doing on your planks. Just give me a little comment, shout out. Hey, I held for 3 minutes, or I worked up to 3.5. And then, like I said, if you don't want to work up to 5, you don't have to. But if you keep holding 4:30, if you do keep holding for that 2.5 or 3, or whatever it is you want to work up to, you will notice a difference. I mean, you may just hold for a minute, but you'll find that if you hold for a minute every day, it'll get much easier, because you will be so much stronger, and it will seem like nothing. We're at 4:50, so you have 10 more seconds if you're holding till 5 minutes. And you can do anything for 10 seconds. I know you can. Oh, there we are at 5. I'm gonna hold just a little bit longer. Checking in again, because even though I do it all the time, I still start sagging a little bit, relaxing a little bit, and it's really, you know, engaging everything. That's where you get all the benefits from planks. So we're at 5:15. So set your mind on what you're gonna do. Get that good Monday mindset for the week. See you tomorrow.